So I'm doing this video to show you how to do the phone tree and just some small things to understand with that. The first thing, you need to make sure that your remote desktop has access to the local drives. To do that, I'm going to show you when you do run and then mstsc, and you look at these options here and you'll go to this local resources tab, and then you'll hit the more button, and you want to make sure that this drives is checked. To be safe, you can just check all items. That way you can get to anything from your remote desktop. So it's already set up that way. So I'm going to connect. And once you verify that that's done, you don't have to do it again. So I've logged into my remote desktop, and the first thing that I'm going to do is log into EPM. Alright, so we're going to go to reports and memorized because it's already a memorized report within the system. We're going to go to appointment reports, and then its label is phone tree file. So we're just going to double click on it. And don't change any of these options. We set it up with phone tree. Those are the specific fields that it needs to pull from. So if you make any changes, then the file won't trigger it to run the report. So today is the 17th. We do our confirmation calls 2 days out. Since today is Thursday, we're going to do Sunday and Monday. Hit OK. So now I just briefly make sure that we don't have any spare locations here. Sometimes when patients get rescheduled, sometimes the location doesn't get changed, so just double check that. And then also make sure that we don't have any patients that don't have home phone numbers. So it looks like we're okay. So I'm going to go up here to this export to ASCII and just click on it. Now if you don't already have this PTAPPTS, that's what you'll want to save it as. It has to be PTAPPTS, no spaces, all caps, and then once you save it on your desktop within your remote desktop, then you can just save over it every day so you don't have to recreate it. So I'm just going to save it as that and replace it. And then I'm going to minimize this screen. Now I have a shortcut here to the appointments folder. If you don't have that, you're going to want to go to My Computer, go to C, you want to go to C on your computer, and it does take a little while because it is a remote desktop to find that location. And then once you're on the C on your computer, There's this phone tree data files. Open that. And then there's the appointments, and then there's also billing. The appointments is where you want your confirmation calls to go, and then billing is where you want the collections calls to go. So I just have a shortcut for appointments because that's all that I do. I don't run the reports for billing. So if at any point you are doing the reports for billing, then you can make a shortcut for that as well. So I already have the shortcut, so I'm just going to open it and then copy and paste. And when we paste it, sometimes it takes a little while, but it will have all of these pop-ups that if you just let it run, it'll run on its own, and it does all this good stuff. So now we just wait until it's done. If you have sleep studies that you're running for, it's going to run it twice. It's going to have once that you do it for the appointments, and then once for the sleep studies, because they're two different jobs. Now it has this new configuration items have been detected. Our system is set up a little bit differently than other systems just because of the change in the time. So it's going to look like that every time that you run the report because it sees that something is different. Alright, so it's run the job. Now, depending on how it's done, the the way we have it set up right now is that the patients will get the call in the evening. If you need to change things, you can change it here. The information on how to change things is in this the phone tree files. There's a quick reference guide. And it gives you all the information as to how to modify the calling days and times. You can add block numbers, so if patients are complaining about getting confirmation calls or collections calls, you can add their number to the blocked list. The configuration items, how to, if you're getting that, how to clear that out. For certain items, like when we've added new event types, I actually have had to contact the phone tree support, which the email address is in this guide as well. So do access this if you have any questions with that. Once the phone tree is actually run, the reports go into these two. So there's the appointment report that you can, so these are for the calls that went out last night. So for the appointments, we'll just open it. And this is what it looks like. It has the patient's name, the call status, the reply. So if they've confirmed, it'll be 1. And then when the patient was called, what telephone number was used, their appointment date and time, the doctor location, and the event type. there's in these phone tree files, there's the call statuses that are here so that you can look at that. So that is phone tree.